Most will never make it. No. They'll crash before the first hill. They'll fold before the first scar of adversity. They'll drown, not because the ocean was too deep, but because they refused to learn how to swim. They will scream at the sky. They will curse fate. They will blame the world, their parents, the system, their enemies. But the truth is simpler, colder, and more final. They will fall because they were unprepared. Understand this. The world does not care about your hopes. It does not care about your dreams. It does not care how hard you wish. It responds to one thing, power. It obeys one thing, skill. It bows to one thing, mastery. Everything else, the whining, the excuses, the fairy tales, is swallowed by the black maw of irrelevance. There are no exceptions. There are no shortcuts. There are no mercy rules. If you are serious about domination, if you are serious about domination, if you are serious about forging a life worth remembering, if you are serious about tearing your name into the walls of history with blood and stone, you must burn these truths into your mind so deeply that no storm, no betrayal, no loss can rip them away. You must not hope for victory. You must prepare for victory. You must engineer victory. You must build victory with your own bare hands. You must become the architect of your own survival, the architect of your own ascension, the architect of your own legend. And survival begins here, not with fantasies, not with empty motivation, but with cold, ruthless, surgical preparation. Because this era, the world we live in now, is a different kind of battlefield. One where those who refuse to evolve are trampled and erased without pity. If you wish to survive, if you wish to thrive, if you wish to dominate, you must sharpen specific weapons. You must forge specific skills. Skills that are no longer optional. Skills that are no longer nice to have. Skills that will determine whether you rule the battlefield or are buried under it. Skill 1. Love learning. Like a warrior, loves battle. Most people are weak because they have confused comfort with survival. They have been taught that if something feels hard, it must be wrong. That if they struggle to understand, they must not be good enough. That if it demands blood, patience, and humiliation, they should retreat. They were lied to. The truth is this: if you are repelled by learning, if you recoil at confusion, if the sharp sting of feeling ignorant enrages you or breaks you, you are not ready for anything real. You are not cursed. You are not doomed. You are simply untrained. In the real world, ignorance is a blade to the throat. In the real world, stupidity is a noose. In the real world, those who refuse to learn are cattle, waiting, pleading, for someone else to decide their fate. The world is a brutal arena where the rules are carved into stone with pain and loss. And in this arena, knowledge is not a luxury. It is not entertainment. It is armor. It is a weapon. It is survival itself. Those who reject learning are not free spirits. They are prey. You must rip out the childish hatred of effort from your heart. You must slaughter the addiction to ease that poisons your mind. You must kill the softness that tells you everything should be easy, fast, and fun. Learning is not school. Learning is blood work. It is dragging yourself through the mud of confusion. It is taking blow after blow of failure and shame and still getting up. It is sharpening your mind against the hard, merciless stone of reality. And here is the brutal secret. It never gets easier. You just get stronger. The warrior who survives battle after battle does not survive because war becomes gentler. They survive because they become harder. So must you. You must learn to feel a savage, almost insane joy at every small breakthrough. The way a warrior feels after surviving another ambush, another duel, another siege. Every new piece of knowledge, every new skill acquired, is a new weapon forged into your arsenal. A new map burned into your mind. A new fortress raised against the chaos. It does not matter what you are learning. Business, communication, technology, leadership, strategy, creation. It does not matter. The warrior trains in all weapons. The warrior studies all terrains. The warrior learns the ways of every battle, every enemy, every ally. Because they know the moment they stop learning, they start dying. Every second you spend refusing to learn is a second you are sliding closer to defeat. Every day you do not sharpen yourself, you are rusting away. Every lesson you avoid, every skill you delay, is a future opportunity you are forfeiting. A future battle you are doomed to lose. You must become a savage student of the world, a brutal scholar of life itself. You must devour knowledge the way a wolf tears into a fresh kill, raw, feral, unrelenting. You must seek out difficulty. You must chase confusion. You must hunt ignorance like prey, because ignorance is your prey, and learning is your feast. This world does not belong to those who sit passively waiting to be educated. It belongs to those who wage war on their own ignorance every single day. The difference between the broken and the legendary is not talent. It is that one chooses to run toward the fire of learning, and the other shrinks from it. Fall in love with the fight, or fall out of existence. You must make a decision so deep it echoes through your bones. I will learn. I will suffer. I will grow. I will not die in ignorance. Understand, you are not studying to pass time. You are training to survive. You are not learning because it is fashionable. You are training because the war of life demands it. You must treat learning the way a warrior treats combat, with seriousness, with reverence, with fire, because there is no neutral ground. You are either sharpening your sword, or you are allowing it to rot. Fall in love with the fight. Fall in love with the endless expansion of your own mind. Fall in love with the sharpening of your soul, or fall into the pit of irrelevance, the pit where the forgotten rot. There is no third option. Choose now. Choose with blood. Choose with fire. Choose with your whole soul. Skill 2. Forge patience into a weapon. You have been trained, but you have been trained wrong. The modern world has conditioned you to expect life at the speed of a button press. Hungry? Tap a screen. Food appears. Bored? Swipe a thumb. Distraction floods in. Lonely? Post a picture. Validation rains down. And with every easy reward, every instant payoff, your spirit has been softened. Your threshold for pain has been lowered. Your ability to endure has been destroyed. You have been drugged by convenience. You have been seduced into weakness. And now you wonder why you crumble when life demands patience. Why you collapse when the path to greatness stretches beyond a single season. Understand this. Patience is not weakness. Patience is not passivity. Patience is focused stillness, the most brutal form of discipline there is. It is the relentless quiet grinding toward a future that the world says is impossible. It is moving without applause. It is building without witnesses. It is bleeding without sympathy. It is winning without shortcuts. Patience is the hammer that builds empires. Most people chase shortcuts. They run from one quick fix to another. They leap from shallow victory to shallow defeat. And because of this, they crumble. They rot. they disappear. But the few, the brutal few, they build slowly. They build methodically. They build ruthlessly. Every day they stack another stone. Every hour they drive another nail. Every moment they carve themselves deeper into mastery. While others chase dopamine, they chase domination. While others demand comfort, they demand discipline. While others whine about how long it takes, they smile grimly, knowing that the long road is the road. Patience is not waiting for success to arrive. Patience is hammering at the door of destiny until your fists are broken, and then hammering again with your shattered bones. You will fail. You will struggle. You will doubt. Good. Victory is not a clean, elegant ascent. It is a bloody crawl through broken glass and silence. You will fail. You will struggle. You will question everything. Good. Because patience is not tested when things go right. Anyone can be patient when the winds are favorable. Patience is forged when the skies blacken, when the foundations crack, when the wolves close in. Patience is proven when everything is broken, and you choose to keep moving anyway. When the dream seems farther away than ever. When progress is invisible. When every part of you screams to quit, and you smile, not because it is easy, but because it is hard. Every great empire, every legendary soul, every immortal name was built by someone who kept walking long after sanity said stop. The road to greatness is littered with the corpses of the impatient. The world will whisper, "Give up. It's taking too long." You must whisper back, "I was made for the long war." Impatience is the death of greatness. Impatience is the child's disease, the fever that burns away all potential before it ever matures. Impatience is why kings become beggars. It is why warriors die unknown. It is why builders abandon their towers inches from completion. You must slaughter impatience before it slaughters your destiny. You must destroy the part of you that expects quick rewards, easy victories, fast results. You must train your soul to endure the drought, endure the famine, endure the seasons of emptiness where nothing blooms, because those seasons will come, and those seasons are where greatness is born. Patience is not about suffering passively. It is about suffering purposefully. It is about pushing forward with grim determination, knowing that time is your ally if you refuse to break. The impatient man sells his future for a brief moment of relief. The patient man carves his future out of the bones of time itself. Train yourself to wait like a lion waits. Picture a lion in the wild, silent, still, eyes burning. It does not rush its prey. It does not panic. It does not chase foolishly. It watches. It studies. It waits for the exact moment to strike. And when it moves with explosive, lethal certainty. You must be the same. Train yourself to wait like a lion waits. Eyes open, teeth bared, focused, deadly. You are not passive. You are not weak. You are not a prisoner to time. You are a force gathering strength. You are a storm building power. You are a blade being honed by every second of the wait. When others waste the waiting, you will sharpen yourself within it. When others crumble in the silence, you will build an inner fortress. When others quit before the harvest, you will reap fields of gold they will never see. Final words. Patience is not the absence of action. It is action slowed into unstoppable force. The world has trained you to be soft. The GrimFace path trains you to be inevitable. The choice is brutal but simple. Forge patience into your deadliest weapon, or die among the ruins of your own impatience. The long war has already begun. Time is the battlefield. Endurance is the blade. Now move. Slow, relentless, unbreakable, like a lion in the tall grass, like a storm on the horizon, like destiny itself. Skill 3. Conquer anxiety without mercy. Fear is the oldest enemy. Before there were cities, before there were kings, before there were even words, there was fear. It kept you alive when the saber-tooth circled your camp. It kept you awake when the eyes in the dark grew too many. But the same fear that once protected you now enslaves you. Because you are not being hunted by beasts anymore. You are being hunted by your own hesitation, by your own doubts, by your own weakness. Anxiety is the child of fear, a shadow of the ancient terror that once served you, but now sabotages you. It is that twisting feeling in your gut when the mountain looks too high, when the road looks endless, when the dream looks impossibly far. Good. You are supposed to feel that way. Fear is not the signal to stop. It is the proof that you are standing at the threshold of something that matters. If you feel nothing, you are doing nothing. If you feel fear, it means you are alive. It means you are reaching beyond the pathetic limits of who you are. It means the stakes are real. You are standing at the gates of a future few have the stomach to enter. And now the real choice appears. Do not kneel. You must not kneel to it. You must not bow to the false god of fear. Anxiety cannot hold the sword unless you hand it over. You must grab fear by the throat and drag it with you. You must move forward with the fear. You must act through the shaking hands. You must build despite the pounding heart. The presence of fear does not disqualify you. Submission to fear does. Anxiety will whisper, wait. Be careful. You might fail. You might look foolish. You might lose everything. Good. Let it whisper. Let it scream. Let it rage like a demon in your ear. And then, ignore it. Move anyway. The brave are not without fear. You have been sold a childish myth. That bravery means the absence of fear. That strength means never shaking. That courage means feeling invincible. Lies. The brave are the ones who feel the terror and move anyway. The strong are the ones who shake, but strike anyway. The courageous are the ones who feel like they might die, but build anyway. Understand, every great work, every towering monument, every world-changing invention was built by someone who was terrified, but refused to let fear win. When they stood at the edge of the unknown, when the voice of terror roared in their ears, when the stakes were blood and soul, they stepped forward. They moved, not because the fear disappeared, but because their purpose shouted louder than their panic. You must do the same. Control it, or be controlled by it. Fear is natural, but fear is also a liar. It will tell you that danger is everywhere. It will tell you that failure is death. It will tell you that humiliation is worse than annihilation. It will exaggerate. It will hallucinate. It will invent monsters that do not exist. You must not believe it. You must not obey it. You must use it. Use the adrenaline. Use the focus. Use the energy. Fear sharpens the senses. Fear wakes you up. Channel it into movement. Channel it into preparation. Channel it into relentless savage action. But never hand over the controls. You either master your fear or you become its slave. There is no neutral ground. You are either moving despite fear or being moved by fear. You are either steering the ship or chained in the hold, praying for mercy that will never come. Final words. The battlefield of life is littered with the corpses of those who kneeled, those who hesitated, those who waited for the fear to go away, those who froze when the blood began to rise in their throats. Understand, fear will never leave you. It is wired into your bones. It will whisper in your ear until your final breath. But victory is not found in fearlessness. Victory is found in moving forward despite it. The gates of greatness are guarded by terror, and only those who step forward, shaking, sweating, bleeding, will pass through. Conquer anxiety without mercy, or be conquered without dignity. The choice is brutal. The choice is final. The choice is yours. Move. Now through the fear, through the fire, through the doubt, or be forgotten forever. Skill 4. Master boredom, frustration, and the agony of repetition. Most people are addicted to novelty. They chase the rush of the beginning, the excitement of new goals, new skills, new dreams. They are high on possibility, drunk on ambition, enchanted by the fantasy of what could be. But when the reality sets in, when the nights grow long and the results grow silent, when the applause dies and the grind begins, they fold because they mistake boredom for failure. They mistake frustration for a signal to quit. They mistake repetition for a prison instead of a forge. You must be different. You must be savage where others are soft. You must learn the brutal truth. Boredom is not your enemy. Frustration is not your enemy. They are signs that you are approaching the gates of mastery. The beginning of anything worthwhile is brutal. You will be bad. You will be slow. You will look foolish. You will feel the sting of humiliation searing into your pride. Good. Because the humiliation of today is the armor of tomorrow. Every repetition is a brick in your fortress. Understand this. Every hour you spend failing in the dark, every night you grind while no one claps, every moment you repeat the basics until your mind aches, is a brick being set in the fortress of your future. Mastery is not built in flashes of genius. Mastery is built in the agony of invisible labor. Every invisible representative, every tedious repetition, every painful restart, each one strengthens your foundation. Each one drives the weakness from your bones. Each one prepares you for the battles most will never survive. The world is filled with those who started strong and ended nowhere. They ran hard for a few days. They showed flashes of brilliance for a few months. They built nothing permanent because they could not endure boredom, because they could not stomach the repetition required to etch greatness into their soul. You must be different. You must see repetition not as a prison, but as a sacred ritual. Weak minds. Quit when the excitement fades. Anyone can work when they are excited. Anyone can show up when the dream feels close. But when the excitement dies, when the path stretches into endless gray miles, when the work becomes tedious, painful, silent, that is when the weak vanish. That is when the strong are born. Weak minds crumble when the dopamine dries up. Warrior minds sharpen themselves in the void. When boredom strikes, the weak whine, "It's not fun anymore." When frustration hits, the weak sigh, "Maybe it's not meant to be." When repetition grinds them raw, the weak rationalize, "Maybe I'm just not good at this." Number they were never meant for it, because they never chose to endure. You must. You must push harder when the boredom comes. You must double your focus when the frustration rises. You must smile grimly when repetition mocks your progress, because you know something they do not. Breakthrough lives beyond boredom. Victory lives beyond frustration. Glory lives beyond the long silence of invisible effort. Mastery is hidden on the far side of frustration. Mastery is not hidden in talent. It is not hidden in inspiration. It is hidden behind the walls of boredom, frustration, and endless repetition. It is hidden on the nights when nothing seems to work. It is hidden in the mornings when you wake up tired and still show up. It is hidden in the countless hours where the only reward is the quiet knowledge that you are moving 1 inch closer. Can you stay locked in when the world stops clapping for you? Can you work in the silence while the easier paths call your name? While comfort seduces you? While excuses beg for your allegiance? Can you endure when it feels like no one notices, no one cares, no one believes? Because those who can are the ones who are remembered, the ones who are immortalized, the ones who leave scars on history itself. Boredom is not the killer. It is the gateway. Boredom is not your enemy. It is the gateway to a dimension few have the strength to enter. The majority run at the first sign of monotony. They chase the new, the easy, the exciting. They stay trapped in the shallow waters forever. But you must walk through the desert of repetition. You must endure the wilderness of frustration. You must forge your soul in the crucible of the mundane. Boredom is not the signal to stop. It is the signal that greatness is within reach. Because boredom is the lock on the gates of mastery, and repetition is the key. Final words. Understand, the world will never reward you for how excited you were when you started. The world will only reward you for what you built when the excitement died. The thrill of the beginning is a lie. The grind of the middle is the truth. The silent, thankless labor is the gateway. Those who turn back will vanish into the ashes of forgotten ambition. Those who endure, those who push deeper, those who smile grimly and move forward, even when every part of them begs to quit. They will own the future. Master boredom. Master frustration. Master the agony of repetition, or be broken by them. There is no neutral ground. Walk through the gateway, or die outside it. Skill 5. Combine your mastery into a force the world has never seen. Most people stop at good enough. They master one thing and rot there. They build one weapon and grow soft, believing it will be enough forever. They specialize to the point of irrelevance, their minds trapped in tiny cages. They are predictable. They are limited. They are disposable. The battlefield of life devours specialists who cannot adapt. It swallows those who bring one tool to a war that demands many. If you wish to survive, if you wish to dominate, you must become something the world has no name for. Master one thing, master another, and another. Forge each skill like a blade in fire. Temper it with blood and discipline. Sharpen it through endless wars of frustration and repetition. And then, fuse them. Not with weakness, not with hesitation, but with brutal, creative violence. Combine your weapons. Forge your talents together into a monstrous force the world has never prepared for. The world is flooded with specialists. It is starving for forces of nature. Everywhere you look, the world is flooded with specialists. The accountant who knows nothing beyond spreadsheets. The marketer who knows nothing beyond slogans. The coder who knows nothing beyond code. They are efficient. They are precise. They are trapped. They are soldiers who can only fire one weapon and panic when the battlefield shifts. But the world is starving for something else. It is starving for architects of chaos. It is starving for warriors who can adapt, who can create, who can destroy and rebuild at will. It is starving for the rare few who master multiple realms, and then fuse them into a force no enemy understands, no competitor can match. You must not aim to be one-dimensional. You must not aim to fit into a pre-made mold. You must not become another cog in the dying machine. Become the architect of a new form. You must become something new, something terrifying, something unpredictable, something undeniable. You must become the architect of your own form, forged from disciplines that no one thought could be combined. A strategist who can also inspire, a technician who can also lead, a creator who can also conquer. When your skills intersect, when writing fuses with business, when strategy fuses with communication, when technology fuses with leadership, you become something rare, something lethal, something the world has no defense against. While others move in straight lines, you move in dimensions they cannot see. While others fire one shot, you unleash storms. You are no longer a student of a craft. You are no longer a worker of a trade. You are a force. You are a storm wearing the skin of a man. You are inevitability wrapped in flesh and fire. The battlefield will not know how to stop you. Understand? The world is built to stop the obvious threats. It has defenses for the expected. It can outlast the predictable. But when you arrive on the battlefield, when you bring weapons they have never seen, when you move with a rhythm they cannot predict, when you attack from directions they cannot even comprehend, the battlefield will not know how to stop you. While others hammer the same tactic over and over, you will shift. You will adapt. You will strike where they are blind, where they are weak, where they thought they were untouchable. You will become a nightmare, an anomaly, a force of destiny itself. Final words. You are not born to be a tool. You are not born to be a statistic. You are not born to be another fragile specialist, weeping when the battlefield changes. You were born to master, to forge, to create, to destroy. You were born to combine fire with steel, light with shadow, precision with brutality. You were born to become something the world has never seen, something the world cannot contain. Forge your mastery. Fuse your weapons. Build yourself into a force that bends the battlefield itself, or spend your life being conquered by those who do. The world is not waiting. The war is not pausing. The gate is closing. Move. Fuse. Strike. Become the force, or be crushed by it. To the returning GrimFace warriors, you already know what this is. You already know the weight you carry. You already know the fire you chose to forge your life in. You are not here by accident. You are not here to be entertained. You are here because you made the decision that most will never make. The decision to endure, to fight, to rise. Every time you return, every time you sharpen your mind, every time you step further into the war, you are becoming the weapon the world fears. And to those who are new, this is not for everyone. This is not for the weak. This is not for those looking for comfort or empty praise. This is for the few who feel the fire waking up inside them, the few who are tired of living soft, the few who are ready to rebuild themselves from the ashes. If that is you, if you feel the weight of your own potential crushing your chest, if you know you were meant for something more, then subscribe, commit, join the GrimFace movement. Because the battle for your future is already raging. And in this war, there are no spectators, only survivors and casualties. Sharpen yourself, Forge yourself. Become undeniable. Subscribe now and step into the ranks of those who refuse to fall. GrimFace warriors. The world will remember us, or it will fall before us. The choice was always ours.